Hey everybody, this is Corey Salty True Floyd, and welcome to the Geek Report. This week, it looks like a family dynasty is returning to the franchise they started. Someone got their just desserts, and the pizza's going cold. All that and more this week on the Geek Report. Hey everybody, this is the Geek Report powered by Amerime Media. I'm Corey Salty True Floyd. Uh, Today, right next to me, we have Queen Neek,
Hey y'all, hey. Over here. All
Mhm.
right. Your Queen Nick.
and we have our special guest, CC the Geek from HBCU Con.
Period. What's going on, fam? Appreciate y'all having me here.
Don't worry, y'all see her whenever she's done what she's doing. Just
I'm screaming. I'm actually in the middle of like running errands and stuff, and I'm gonna be driving, but I am gonna chime in on video.
all right,
Um.
all
Mhm.
right, all right. And of course, he's here, but he's not on screen. Demon Engine. He's here. My number two, my guy in the chair. He might not say anything, but I know he's there, and I'm gonna know, let him know he's appreciated.
You know he's watching.
hmm Now, before we get rolling, we want to make sure that everyone out there is subscribed to American Media. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon. Get alerted up on anything and everything from American Media. And as you know, it's a new week. That means there's new news, and we're going to talk about some of it. Demon Engine, whenever you are ready. Now, of course, we just had Halloween, and there were some really funny costumes I wanted to highlight. Now, first and foremost, I had to get at my girl Lizzo because
Mhm.
I love when a celebrity can take a joke because she's dressed as Lizzo, which is supposed to be a cheaper version of Ozempic from the recent South Park movie about obesity.
Mm.
Now, of course, in the show, in the context, so there was this like, hey, you can't afford Ozempic, but you can get Lizzo, and Lizzo was pretty much just being about not giving a fuck and doing your own thing, but they really did make it sound like a prescription. So while everyone thought it was, some people laughed, some people thought it was messed up. Lizzo, she was like, I made it. She said they making fun of me on South Park. I know I made it. Because let's be honest, Trey Parker, Matt Stone insulting you, it does it's an accomplishment.
Well, and
Yeah.
I think it's also symbolic of the fact that like Lizzo became the benchmark. American society tried to make Lizzo like the benchmark of like fat people and demonized her in that way because for some reason people think the worst thing that you could possibly be is fat for whatever reason. But
Or they
Yeah,
thought
but it
they
is
also
weird.
thought that fat people don't have sex appeal.
that too. That too. I really applaud the way she's able to like take a lot of these stereotypes that are against fat people and like turn it on its head and really like make us look at, because this diet industry, like, Ozempic is not, exactly like the best thing for you. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of these
Ozempic
products
is for
are,
people
and it
with
seems like
diabetes.
yeah, and it's like a new thing every,
Every
cycle.
few years.
Because what was her name? What was that blonde lady name who was into the diet thing too? And Nicki
Christiana.
Minaj is like really was a big fan of hers.
Who is
And
it?
Wow.
Nicole
Christiana?
Smith. Anna Nicole
Oh,
Smith. Mm-hmm.
but she's been dead for how long?
Yeah.
For a minute, but she was like a
Yeah,
spokesperson for one of them diet pill things.
yeah,
And then
you're
Kim
right.
Kardashian too.
I mean, yeah. Well, look at the
Ugh.
flat tummy tea for Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
But
motherfuckers ain't never did not nary a crunch in their life.
but
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
if you ha-
This shit is just
if
straight genetics. But she
but if you
lying to y'all, getting y'all to buy this goddamn tea that she don't even
if
drink.
if you
And
haven't
playing the
seen the
flute.
South,
Oh yeah,
playing
I
the
wasn't
flute.
talking about Lizzo though when I said what I just
If
said
you
though.
if you
Mm.
haven't seen the South Park special, Please watch it. It is hilarious and poignant. Demon,
Believe
next
it.
one.
I'm pretty sure I saw some of it.
Ice Spice did Lilu Dallas.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I don't know why, but it made my eye twitch. I
It
like
made your
maybe that's
eye
because
twitch.
it's my favorite movie.
Okay,
And
Yeah,
I'm just
well,
it was just like, bitch, have you even seen that movie?
mm,
And that's what really bugged me because it's like, bitch, you just putting something on. Somebody
I
just
see.
told you to put this on, and
Or
that's what it
maybe
felt
she
like.
saw it and she thought it was cute.
Yeah,
that that's
maybe
that's that's my thought because
that's a strong possibility.
last year
Uh-huh.
last year she thought she dressed up like Betty Boop. She had the hair, but the dress was so short she couldn't even perform on stage. She was that powerhouse, and it was just like she'd rap a few bars. I have to put that in air quotes because I've tried to. I listened to 4 of her songs, and I just realized I can't do this.
I don't give a fuck about the music. That's all
Her
I
stuff
wanted to say.
sounds the
But
same.
yacht.
It's just it all sounds the same. She got a couple of good bangers, and then it's like everything else sounds monotonous.
I saw her perform on video, and she looked like she was really bored, and I was just like, "Well, I'm bored too."
She just seemed like she was bored with life.
I
I think
mean,
she didn't realize she. I think she realized she really don't want to do this rap shit. But let's go
no,
to the next one.
she realized her heart wasn't in it. And that's probably what you could
Yeah,
tell.
her
You
heart ain't
could
getting
you could
money, and
tell.
it's like, yeah,
Yeah, you could tell though, and that's kind of where the quality, at least of hip hop, has gone. It seems.
mm,
I won't put that
Meg,
on R&B because R&B, no, you got some real strong contenders in R&B.
right?
Um, to be fair, like they still require some level of some type of talent,
Yep.
they
whether it's
do.
songwriting or singing. Actually, I mean, look
Right.
at Jennifer Lopez. You don't even have to know how to sing. You just
And the
need to
next one we
have
got Meg.
great
Next one we
industry
got
connection.
the next one we
Oh,
got Meg the Stallion doing
yes,
the
Lord.
retro
Starfire.
Starfire. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
She's such a fucking nerd, and I love it.
Yeah, she's
yeah,
true to it. She ain't new to this. She true to this.
yeah.
Like, and we live
And,
for it.
and of course, a
Like,
lot of
I'm
the
pretty sure growing up, niggas thought that she was the weird one because she liked that shit.
Mm-hmm.
and
She
of
was
course,
literally living that story that niggas try to tell when they see black girl cosplayers who
Mm-hmm.
are killing it.
and of course, the mustier side of the internet felt some
Musty.
sort of way, and I could care less. I'm a, it just like a lot of the stuff they be saying is just musty behavior. Now, Jennifer Hudson did Whitney Houston, The Bodyguard,
Okay.
and E.T. is Janelle Monáe.
Yep.
Janelle Monáe been eating Halloween for the past few years. Cause Janelle
Here's
Oh,
Monáe was like a
she will be the
chameleon one
character.
year.
Yeah, like
Uh,
she will be the character, and
now
I
here's the
yeah.
love
weird
it.
here's the weird part though. As much as I want to give it to Janelle Monáe, Heidi Klum did E.T. as well this year, and I wasn't able to get the photo in time, but
Uh-huh.
she killed. Like, first off, Heidi Klum has never disappointed on Halloween. She
Yeah, for
goes all out.
decades. Yeah.
Yeah, so she like Janelle Monáe did a great ET. Heidi Klum got a boss level ET.
Right.
Either
Well, I think the
either
thing about Janelle Monáe that makes it so cool is like, Janelle Monáe is like they remind me a lot of like Prince in a lot of ways. But then they're like really cunt and also like kind of, got more feminine attributes, if you will. So it's like really cool to see them come out in that way. And the fact that we're comparing Janelle Monáe's costumes to Heidi Klum, I think speaks
oh yeah.
to, the fact that like Janelle Monáe ain't playing, but also, like you said, big chops and respects to Heidi Klum, who's been killing Halloween since forever, ever.
Right. But I still love it. Plus Janelle Monáe just always doing something wild. That Lizzo looks. I had to put in the both photos because Lizzo that was just tops for me because I was like, oh, she's not. She's gonna laugh this
She
one
knows how to
all the
laugh.
way out.
She knows how to laugh at herself. But now you
Mm-hmm.
got people in her comments telling her that she's too. Now she's getting too skinny. She
Oh my
likes you
See,
God.
better,
and
bigger.
this is
It's
why. And this is why
weird.
when it comes to shit like this in the public, it's like you can't win. You
Oh,
can't
so do
win. So
you.
just
So
do
do
you.
you. That's
Yeah.
that's why we always encourage people to just do themselves. Be yourself. Stop looking to be like somebody else. Just be who you want to be.
Yeah. That's real.
And whoever gonna rock with it, gonna rock with it. If they don't, then those people are not for you. Why are you trying to
Yep.
impress people that aren't for you?
Yep.
Right.
God is
But what
trying
if
to
I
tell
want to
you
be an
something.
arsonist? Huh? What about then?
If you want to be an arson, well, that's between you and God. This is an official channel. I'm not endorse any type of violence whatsoever. To be clear, because we are on a recorded line.
I'm
But
Yeah.
screaming.
I also do not condone violence of any nature.
Same
and
as
Amerime Media denounces all. But at the end of the
Arson
day,
isn't
that's
violence.
between you and God, sweetheart.
It's party colors and warmth.
I think you should probably talk to
Damn it,
somebody
demon.
if that's
Let's
how you
go.
feeling.
But let's go to the next pick. All right. So after the failure of Concord, Sony is shutting down the studio behind it, Firewalk Studios. Now, mind you, they were so hyped to buy Firewalk Studios just a few years ago and made them finish this game
Mhm.
out instead of another project. But
But
now,
let's also like keep in mind this is what happens in business. You get what I'm
eh,
saying? You buy some shit, you try some shit, doesn't work out, don't pan out the way you thought. It is what it is. Now, should they be listening to their
Yeah.
fans a little more? I think so. Yes, I think PlayStation sometimes has a habit of not, but
it's
continue.
like y'all literally could have made another Infamous game, a hit original franchise that y'all have already had three installments of.
There's
That would
really
have
Mm.
some bigger things at play though. You get what I'm saying? Because
no
if
they
that was
tried
such a
they
huge moneymaker, if that was such a really like popular game, clearly is some stuff going on behind the scenes with that. It could be
Right.
some legal issues, they could have licensing issues, maybe, you
what
know,
licensing? It was a Sony Entertainment original.
I don't know. Okay, it could
That's
be some
what
politics shit behind the scenes, is what I'm saying.
they was
You get what
out
I'm
here
saying?
trying to hop on this hero shooter wave, hoping it would be an esport. The only problem is everything about it is bland and boring and has already been done.
Right. I
It
mean,
was like it's like, bro, there's several games out there like this right now, fighting for their life to maintain the masses. You really want to come in? It's like you really want to come in here. It's what, mind you, despite the Sony has been doing record numbers, no doubt, it's all sorely based on their standard games. No, and I'm not even talking no multiplayer. We're talking God of Wars. We're talking Spider Mans. We're talking like that is what
RPGs.
role playing. Yeah, that is where they have been killing it.
the RPGs. You feel like?
Yeah. I mean, the
Yeah,
narrative stories that they come up with are really, really good. I didn't play God of War, but I watched the entire gameplay, like the whole story from start to finish.
it's a
And it was
movie.
really interesting. Yeah, it is. And it's so
Yeah.
like that the team there, they love what they do. Outside of that, they're kind of they're not like, and that's the thing. I feel like, did y'all get, like, y'all should have got American beta testers.
Uh,
Sorry. And the
I
reason
think
why
they
I say
shouldn't have
that,
done it at all.
like, if they were gonna, well, no, because the concept wasn't bad. Okay, the reason why it failed is because it was review bombed. A lot of the bros, as far as within the video game community, were very upset, kept calling it woke and all this other stuff. And so
mm,
the issue wasn't like the character creation was interesting. I I noticed that there was only one white man. all different races, genders. They had I think a non-binary individual in there, but I'm pretty sure this individual was also it was humanoid, but it looked more like an alien. So you know what I mean? Like it was they were really they made a lot
Gotcha.
of deliberate choices and they were trying to be progressive,
Right.
but motherfuckers here
It looked
lost
it
it.
looked it looked like a game made by committee because uh all the woke stuff you could throw that same energy into the cast of Overwatch, but it turned out fine.
Right.
Woke
Because you have
stuff.
to put
Can,
forth the
can we
same.
stop? Can we stop labeling it woke stuff though? Because it's not really
I
woke
hate
stuff. It's
I hate
called
using it.
progressive.
That's progressive.
Like,
We're
because
supposed.
that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, like, why do we give a shit what anybody chooses to do with their own life? That's their business.
It's just
Moving on. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird here. There are some people that are still stuck in the 1950s and want us to go back there. Um,
right.
you get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is not new.
Yeah.
It's just now they've taken another term from our community and bastardized it to the point where it has a negative connotation.
Yeah. And I think it's while it is important to be mindful of like the characters and representation in that aspect. One, you have to be very, when it comes to starting up a newer franchise or revamping a franchise that may have like gone cold for a minute. You gotta, unless that shit has a really huge cult like following, you have to really do like a big push to really have the right marketing. You got to have the
Yeah,
gaming, like you said, has to
finance
have a good
department is not
storyline and
going
all that.
to approve anything that they don't see is going to be profitable.
Right.
Like if the
And I
numbers
feel you on that,
ain't
but I'm
if
just
the math ain't
right.
mathing, that's why it doesn't get made. That's how business
Right.
works. The
Yeah, of
writers,
course.
the producers have an idea, the team develops it or whatever, but you got to bring it to the finance people in order for it to get made at
Right.
all. So it could
Right.
be,
And
like
they
I
got to
said,
be willing to back the
politics.
project the same way they back these other, these white people's
Exactly.
projects or whatever. So I'm with
Exactly.
you
And
on that.
so it
Yeah.
gets real in there. Me personally, I do agree with Corey as far as the gameplay. There's nothing that is like, ooh, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't wild either, looking at the gameplay. So, you know what I mean? It may have been the finance department's decision to be like, no, if it doesn't, like they were like, they probably fought for this project. And finance was like, bitch, if it don't do X this thing within this amount of time, we pulling it. We pulling it.
Yeah.
But let's move to the next thing. Now, George R. Martin, who in the photo is giving big old Dom energy. He wanted to do a Game of Thrones story in Bravos, but he wants to finish the Winds of Winter before he does it. And at this point, I just don't think it's ever going to happen. I think she lost her signal.
Mm, probably. She's gonna have to reconnect.
That's okay. But meanwhile, he want to do a Bravo story, but it's like you want to finish Wind of Winter. We ain't never getting this shit.
How long has it been?
Uh, long enough. That's how. How long has it been? Oh, for the longest time. That's how long it's been. And you know what's pissing me off though? His face is so smug with this. He's just like,
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not on your money. That's why.
Yes. Okay, so this
Because we want check in. Who wants check?
this hey, welcome back.
So I jumped. It had me right back in once I don't know what happened. It must have glitched and then it put me right back in.
The Matrix had you.
The Matrix.
But right now we're talking about how David Fincher, fantastic director, he's been summoned to
Hmm.
do an American adaptation of Squid Game.
No.
Yeah, I don't
Why?
feel like right.
No. I'm sorry. It's enough. Leave it to
Yeah.
leave it to the person who created the series in the first place. Because at the end of the day, all right, David Finch, everybody wants to like swears by this man and says he's a genius. Me personally, I've had to do a deep dive on this man's career, and he just makes weird shit. Let's be real. That is it. Like
You talking about the original guy or the new guy that they're trying to prop up?
David Fincher.
Yeah,
David
David
Finch.
Gotcha.
Is it Fincher or Finch? Because David
Fincher,
Finch, Fincher.
Finch,
What he has?
Fincher.
All right. What has he directed thus far or made?
Um, the the Social Network, Zodiac, Gone Girl, Seven, uh, House of Cards.
Ah,
Uh, yeah,
damn. All right. No, I thought you
yeah.
meant like David Finch, the fucking movie director. And I'm like movie and TV director. I'm like, because he just makes really weird shit, and like people ask him about it, and he's just like, you know what I mean? Gives a weird ass ambiguous answer.
You talk
I
about
just
you're thinking about the yeah, you think about the guy who did Twin Peaks.
yes, that's correct. That's exactly who I had in my mind. So what? Yeah, and that's why when you said it, I was like, nah.
Yeah,
Immediately no. But now you say Zodiac.
yeah. Zodiac, The Lords of Dogtown.
Here's the thing.
Lo-
Here's the thing. I
he
really
also
still
does
believe.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay, so he's a fan of story, which is important. Like that's the biggest thing about that. But I would still like to see him and the original creator, you know what I mean, collaborate on that. But
Yeah,
I
agreed.
feel like bringing in, David Fincher specifically is to kind of slight the original creator.
It's like everything doesn't need an American version.
Pay that man. Just pay that
I
man.
think
Just pay that
th-
man.
this is my thoughts. I feel like when you are compelled, like we live in 2024. Just 2 years ago, the the Academy Award for Best Picture went to Parasite, a Korean speaking film. So, and the fact that we still to this day are doing American adaptations of films just because they're not in the original language, it's a
Right.
lazy and shitty deal. Like now, what Hwang Hwang Hyung Duck, the creator of Squid Game, is still alive and well. And during
Yeah.
the Christmas holiday, we're getting season two.
Right.
Mm,
There is no
That's why
reason
that irritate me a little bit.
there is
Like,
no reason to do a American adaptation of something that is currently still being made.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like I
The,
can see if he
it's all
died and
the
it's
show is
been 10
already a
years.
certified worldwide phenomenon.
Right.
Everyone's watched it because subtitles come in different languages.
Yeah, that giant the American version probably gonna flop, especially if they try to do it concurrent with season two. That's yeah, not a
Yeah.
good
Now,
look.
Like you trying to
now,
undercut him and that's not cool. Like just pay that man. Like why y'all
now,
feel like y'all above that? And see, this is y'all gonna do exactly what y'all did y'all gonna end up pushing us to the point, us consumers, to the point of giving y'all the blockbuster treatment.
Now, there's
Mhm.
there's
When
only
Blockbuster thought it was too big above to be above reproach and issues and things of that nature, what happened?
There's only one left.
Because it's not like there isn't access to multiple streaming options,
right.
and it's not like the titles don't get cycled around on all of them.
Here's the thing. There's only one way I see this actually happening and it being good.
Mhm.
By one, not making it an American adaptation, just extending the pathos that's already been set. Because in
Right.
the first Squid Game, we noticed that there were Americans in on the game as well.
Right.
Now, David Fincher could simply do a story about another Squid Game in America, but it would have to be called something else because Americans don't play Squid Game. End up
Mm.
the final thing will probably be like some weird version of dodgeball. I don't know. We'll get there. But
Dodgeball, maybe like baseball, because
something. But
America, like they gotta colonize it up.
Right.
but something but something but something because this
Instead of
right
getting that
here is
cookie, they get
stupid.
apple pie or some shit. Like,
It'll be a
Let's
Jamaican
call it
beef
fight for
patty.
your life.
It'll be a
yeah.
Jamaican beef patty that they can't drop any of the crust.
Oh God, dead.
Everybody die. But
Let's call it fight for
Gay
your life.
murder.
Literally.
Yeah.
but let's go to the next one. All right, so Jay Johnson, known for playing Jimmy Pesto on Bob's Burgers,
Mhm.
uh, he pleaded guilty to
Whoa.
his involvement on January 6th.
Whoa.
He's
That's
gonna,
crazy.
of course,
What?
when
Goes to
the
show you
show
never
became
really know
aware,
somebody.
of course, when the show became very aware of his involvement and standings, he was fired from the show, and Jimmy Pesto's in the world has been closed ever since. Now,
Damn.
ironically, you still see Jimmy Pesto's kids because they're actually really great side characters, but nothing has ever been spoken of when it comes to Jimmy Pesto.
That's wild.
Damn.
Which is ironic because Jimmy Pesto was like, Bob's adversary.
Right.
And the funny thing is, Jimmy Pesto would be a supporter of Agent 45.
Yep.
Oh,
He
the
really
keto.
would
Like,
be.
way to live
Yeah,
into
you're
the
right.
character in the worst way.
Right. Like,
Wah,
Right.
wah, wah.
same thing. What's up next?
Uh, what's the next one, Demon? Da, 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 da. Demon. There we go. Hey, Marlon Wayans made an announcement earlier this week that the Wayans will be involved in the Scary Movie franchise reboot. Now, a few weeks ago, we did announce that we were well aware that Scary Movie would be making a comeback, and of course, we said that we really hope that the Wayans are involved because if they're not, I don't see a reason. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for this.
Yeah. Same. Same. It's
Yeah,
been a long
same.
time coming.
The Wayans family originally got kicked out of their franchise by Harvey Weinstein at the Weinstein Company.
That is crazy.
Not surprising. I
Not
mean,
right.
he was always a slime ball. Like, if you ever
Yep.
seen the show Entourage, you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like, he would not only wield his power, but also his physical weight on motherfuckers. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. A few times where
That is pretty
Entourage
funny.
got played it a little too real.
Mm, Hey man, you could see certain things before they happen. You could even see Russell Wilson before Sierra, and ooh, just
Yeah.
upgraded that man, like magnified times 10. You know what I mean? Like, because he was
Mhm.
ooh, that haircut, man. Boy,
I'm just happy to see the Wayans back at it because
yes,
they are literally the family's royalty. Damon Wayans and his son have a new sitcom on CBS right now.
yeah, y'all should definitely check that out. Support black businesses. You know what I mean? Like, and then when their scary movie situation come out,
Mhm.
go to the theaters, give it a shot. At least give it a
I
shot.
can't I can't
Yeah.
wait because there's been
Same.
so many good horror movies that need to be lampooned.
Yeah. And not just
So
that, but the scary movie franchise hasn't been the same since the Wayans lost control of it. You
yep.
know, it kind of really like you can tell when the Wayans
Yeah,
stopped, being involved, based on like, the writing and all that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they like turn it on its head, especially, in this day and age, because they did like make fun of a lot of current issues and events and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um,
true.
mhm.
Demon, what's our next one? All right, so apparently the Vatican has their jubilee next year, and they've chosen a mascot, which is this little anime character named Lucy. Uh, there's a few things to unpack here. First, the Vatican, y'all really don't need to lean towards any mascot that looks like a small child. I'm 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 gonna start there.
Please.
I'm gonna start. I'm
hurry,
gonna.
hurry. You gonna have the archdiocese send Amerime an email. What this man is saying is not reflective of Amerime or its values. This is only through the personal opinion of Talking
Also,
True.
why does he look like he's gonna get attacked by Pennywise?
Yeah, it definitely look like we all float here. Like it's crazy. It is a
He just
little,
looks like a little anime character to me.
adorable, but like
Adorable.
I feel like yeah, because of like what's going on right now over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stay
I don't
away from the
know.
small
Like
children.
maybe
Right.
like you could have like personified an object, you know,
Hmm.
or something like
True.
a cross. You get what I'm saying? And cartooning it up and whatnot, and had that kind of like I don't know
Well, they would feel like
something.
that's like sacrilegious or blasphemous to them, especially Catholic. Catholics are like really kind of more
Yeah.
rigid
Oh,
when it comes to
oh, okay.
sticking to the script. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
how do you
the
explain
little
that?
boy with the raincoat though,
Yeah, like
it's
bro.
there's I mean
Yeah,
they're setting themselves up for a lot of scrutiny here.
Mm,
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm being very mature right now because
I feel that.
I could go in right now. Like
You could.
I just formulated like 5 jokes.
I'm screaming. Not five.
I'm about to
Well,
have
don't.
6.
Jesus.
Yeah. Thank you, Demon. You're the real hero right there.
What we got here?
All right. Now, of course, I use this image for like a third time because I just like it. But Sony has announced that Spider-Man 4 will have a release date of July 24th.
I'm guessing this is the video. They're gonna reprise the video game.
No, the movie. They're they're go-
Oh.
they're gonna start filming in 2025 for for the next movie to come out in 2026. And I just really like this idea of Spider-Man just having a cigarette break. Like
Yeah,
like because
that's canon.
of all heroes, I could see stopping to smoke a cigarette.
Mhm.
Definitely Spider-Man. Just
If
being
not him,
aside.
Iron Man. Iron Man definitely, I feel like, smokes cigarettes when he's stressed.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because
that definitely tracks.
it's because he can't drink anymore.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That demon in a bottle.
somehow.
But I can see like if Spider-Man was from like Philly cigarettes.
I'm
Go-
screaming.
You go to the poppy store and get a Lucy.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Spider-Man smokes cigarettes, but only when he's like really, really stressed.
Just like that's how you know it's bad.
Yeah, like, and he don't promote it, you know what I'm saying? Because he don't want the kids to know that the neighborhood Spider-Man,
Right.
smokes.
Listen, to deal with all of y'all niggas shit, I got to.
Right,
Like,
right. But Spider-Man try to keep it cute, but Iron Man don't gives no fucks. He's like the
no,
honey badger.
he gonna tell y'all
Yeah.
exactly how he feeling.
He's gonna ask somebody for a smoke while
Mm-hmm.
All
he's
right.
at an event.
Shit. If he really
Or
want
a
to,
lighter or
he could be
something.
like, yo, somebody got a blunt?
He might, or Coke. He does all that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Iron Man is
want
with the
Well,
chicks.
I don't know about heavy drugs
I
afterwards,
don't
but
want
like,
I can't coked up
I feel
Spider-Man
like he's
sounds
in.
real scary.
I'm talking about Iron Man. I feel
Oh,
like Iron Man
that's
is at
all
least,
scary.
yeah. But considering where he's like, when you consider his upbringing and like his lifestyle and all that, his
yeah. I
characteristics,
mean, I would absolutely
yeah.
take him as a cokehead then, but after getting the arc reactor and
Oh
getting
yeah,
into
no,
all of that,
true. I wouldn't
not
even
nearly as much at that
I
point.
wouldn't even take him as like a cokehead. I would just take him as the kind of guy who's like done a line or two in his life, like that sort of thing, where he's not like,
Okay, that's like a
yeah,
party thing. I got
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like I consider him like, like rich white frat boy type, because that's Iron Man,
yeah, yeah.
macho, hmm
Yeah, that sounds
but
very
but
rich.
yeah. Moving along though. One of my favorite movies I like to watch every Halloween now has been Trick or Treat. It was a low budget film based off a DC comic book. It was like an anthology series. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. You'll have a guaranteed good time. But the director and producers behind it, who've gone on to do other horror films like Krampus,
hmm
they've been telling everybody, listen, we have a sequel. It's written. We're just trying to get financing and a producer
mm.
because everyone's because I'm like,
They
and it's
tell us
kind
to
of
start a
weird that we
Kickstarter
live in a
campaign while y'all playing. If y'all got it already done, you should put together a little video presentation for your Kickstarter and you'll get funding, especially for those who really love the movie, the original. Y'all can get the funding and even the
I,
person. But y'all gotta let niggas know.
I
Since
agree
we don't know.
because they did a lot with. I think the budget for the original was like 12 million.
Mm,
They
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know if Kickstarter will let you raise that much, but
Yeah, that's
listen,
probably a
okay,
big part of it.
Gucci,
but
you know.
hopefully they figure it out because I mean it's something that I'm like yeah, I feel like I feel like I haven't been pitching it to the right people
And maybe
Hmm.
that's what it is. You haven't pitched to the right demographic um of
because
investors.
Hulu Hulu made Mr. Crockett
Hmm.
How
which
was that?
Mr. Crockett is a lot better than I thought it would have been. I had a good time with it. It hit nostalgia. It also definitely hit a lot of notes of horror. A little campy, but it all worked out really well. And I wouldn't mind a sequel.
Hmm. Wow,
Hmm.
that I'm sorry, that's praise coming from you.
Yeah,
I could see Amazon doing a sequel for this.
they got to
Well,
look
yeah,
at it.
because they've well, all right. Oh, I got a question. I got a question, but I'll ask you later. Just
All right,
remind me. I asked you
Okay,
about a movie.
but let's
About a movie.
let's roll to the last bit.
All
I think we got one more today, and ironically, you two bought him up.
Okay.
right.
Demon. Get- ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know where he is.
Demon Engine. We kind of need you. Like, I
Mhm.
understand you have things you would like to do, but
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Robert Downey
sorry.
Jr. He says hell no to anyone using AI for his image or voice when he passes away. He's already got a team of lawyers ready to sue till kingdom come.
Yeah,
Hey man, as long as he
I
can
ain't mad
protect
at that.
himself, I ain't mad at that. I
Yeah,
hope
I ain't
though
mad at all.
that he saves an encryption of or some type of engram of himself onto something though. 'Cause that would be kind of cool later on down the line in the future. We want to know about this man and he,
Yeah. I'm
his
sure
shit
if
is on a
Tupac
hard drive.
knew, I'm sure if Tupac knew he was going to be made into a hologram on Drake's behalf, he probably would have made sure that he
Yeah,
also had the same arrangements.
yeah. I mean, he probably would have more than likely punched that nigga in his face.
Yeah, but he couldn't, in
Because that's a Pac thing to
95, he
do.
can't foresee
Yeah,
this type of technology back then, which is crazy,
yeah,
right? Like, how we
yeah.
seeing this in our
We went
lifetime?
from A track to cassette
Yes.
to CDs
Mm-hmm.
to MP3s.
To the
Now it's
internet.
streaming. Now it's
Yep.
streaming.
Yes, streaming.
I
Yep. And
honestly believe
AI.
we need to bring back the idea of physical media though, because ownership isn't
Mm-hmm.
really a thing anymore, and
I
it's
hate subscription
weird.
culture. Yeah.
Everything is a subscription, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like,
You know what? That's funny because I was just reading that Disney is putting out several of their original programs on DVD.
mm.
Interesting.
I mean, I got Black
Ahsoka,
Panther.
Loki. No, we're talking about like their original shows,
Oh yeah,
Got
like
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Ahsoka,
Smart.
Loki. They're gonna put them out as physical media.
Oh,
Yep.
got you. Sort of like the properties that they own. So that
Hmm.
includes Marvel and Lucasfilms and all that.
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then guess what? In another like 20, 30 years, they're gonna be like, hey, do you guys still have those DVDs?
Right. Something's gonna happen, and they're gonna have to try and rebuild what their digital library.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Hmm.
But no, but seriously, that is really cool. Now I'm thinking, there's a few other shows I like to see them put in physical copy. I'd buy so quick.
Yeah,
But
like shit, like that's not something that like nobody talks about that. Like
Yeah.
ownership has quietly gone away, and you know, it's just normal. This is standard. This is business. And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
I used to have a
Only.
massive DVD collection.
I
Yeah.
mean, I still was building mine, and now, well into my 30s, I have a nice little like small collection of things because I'll, look through the bargain bin at the Walmart
Mhm.
for a $5, at most $10 movie, or I'll buy a whole series like Steven Spielberg's Pinky and the Brain, one
Right.
of my
Mm.
favorite fucking shows ever of all time.
Mhm.
Rugrats, the complete series,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the Spy Kids
They
franchise.
Oh
they got in
goodness.
living color too on
Hmm.
DVD. I would definitely cop that.
I've
Yeah,
actually given my mom the first couple seasons as a gift.
That's what's up. That show is so iconic and underrated in my opinion.
I would absolutely get the Boondocks, but
Oh
I
yes.
I need to know that Aaron
I
Magruder is
used to
done
own it.
done though.
I used to
Like
own it.
I need to know that Aaron Magruder is done before I spend any money on physical media for this nigga because you know no, just be done so I can get the box set. I want the box set.
Wow. But seriously, folks, Appreciate it while it's here. Grab your physical media. And that is it for the Geek Report for this week. Of course,
Yeah.
we want to thank everyone here today. We want to shout out to CC the Geek.
Hello. Appreciate, and I once again thank you so much for having me on the show. This has been so much fun. And it went by fast.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeedy. And of
Mhm.
course, Queen Neek is always a pleasure.
Oh,
Yay,
I've
nice
missed
meeting
you.
you.
This has been always fun, and yes, girl, we definitely have to connect after this.
For sure.
CC, tell the good folks what you have cooking up.
I'm so glad that you asked. So, HBCU Con 2025, April 26th. Mark your calendars at the illustrious Bowie State University. We're coming back at you, so make sure that if you're a vendor, panelist, or if you just want to come, and hang out and have a good time, stay tuned. We're gonna have tickets and all the applications dropping real soon.
Mhm.
Yay!
Yes, indeedy.
Excited.
Same.
And thank you,
So,
Corey. Thank you, Salty
sure,
Truth. I'm like, I always call you by your government, but thank you for
that's
also.
okay. They know who I am.
Yeah, but quiet as kept, you rep hard for the team. So I just want to thank you for always, being there and helping keeping the train running. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Most importantly, we want to thank you guys out there for checking us out here at Amerime Media. Please make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're hitting that and tapping that bell so you can get updated on anything and everything from Amerime Media. Please be
Indeed.
sure to check out our website, amerimemedia.com, AMERIMEMEDIA. We've always got some great stuff going on over there. And of course, check out our podcast, the Amerime Junkies podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast. So we'll be seeing you next time. See you next week. Make sure you go out to vote and be well.
Period.
Indeed.